I have a few bits and pieces to do and I needed a van, so I got hold of this Fiat Scudo here. So let's see what it's like to live with. Being that it's a van, it's, I suppose, makes sense for us to talk about the back of it first of all. It's a typical kind of ply-lined mid-size van, double sliders, which is nice, and the double rear opening doors as well, and a full height bulkhead. Most everything has a full height bulkhead these days. And yeah, it is what it is. A nice little touch that the lights come on inside it when you open the door and everything as well. Not much to say about that really, but plenty of load space in it. First 5-minute impression in the driver's seat of it is that it manages to feel cheap and tacky and poverty spec without actually being poverty spec. I mean, like, it's got a few of the kind of niceties like Bluetooth and Android Auto, air conditioning, automatic wipers, things like that as well. But it's just, like, the feel of everything is just awful. I mean, it's really, really crap. Like, the feel of the steering wheel and everything like that, everything just feels like an afterthought in a strange sort of a way. And I don't get the whole, this control for the radio is bloody awful. The infotainment system in general is terrible. Like, down to little things like this. Like, for example, the last digit on the clock is half obscured from my driving position. Like, that's a basic thing, like, you know, I mean, it's, yeah. And also the implementation of this Android Auto, it takes far too much faffing around to actually just try and hang up a call or something basic like that. Like, my wife called me and I was trying to figure out how to hang up when I was finished a call, and you have to take your eyes off the road far too much to figure it out, and I just don't like it. Now, the only thing I will say, the sound quality is decent out of the speakers. That sounds alright. Now, that's not the Android Auto, that's just a Bluetooth implementation. The Android Auto has to be connected through a cable in this particular model. I don't know if there's a wireless Android Auto available in this car. Now, onto the seat. God, it is awful. I mean, I've only been driving this car for a little while, and it is literally like sitting on one of those cheap foam conference chairs, you know, the blue ones. My back is done in. I don't really suffer from it with my back too much, a little bit sometimes, but the seat in this is terrible. I mean, not that the driving position is particularly bad, it's not. I mean, the driving position, it's fairly high, and it actually kind of lulls you into a sense that the van is not really all that big, but you don't forget you're driving a van, incidentally. You'll know that. I mean, it does kind of, it has the van driving position as such, and it also handles like a hippo in a wheelbarrow. My God, the handling is bloody atrocious. I mean, now I'm trying to be kind of gentle because of a van load of stuff in the back of it now, and I don't want it all to go all over the place, but even if I didn't, it just lurches all over the place. I mean, if you hit a bump or a rut in the road or something like that, it goes all over the place. So yeah, definitely does not lull you into a false sense of security in that sense. The engine is just about powerful enough to keep you out of trouble without being what I would call quick. By all accounts, it's very good on diesel though. The guy I actually rented the van off I asked him for his impression on it. He said he hates driving it. Actually, he said it reminds him of one of the old Toyota Light Aces from the 1980s. And to be honest with you, I can kind of see what he means. Just, yeah, like the handling and everything like that. And he said his back ends up done in as well, and you know, there's not much room for his legs, and like, he's not any taller than me. If anything, he's actually not as tall as me. So yeah. I mean, there's two opinions, both kind of pretty much the same. You know, the driving position on this is actually really not that bad. It's commanding, it's up high, visibility is decent. It does have the reversing sensors, although it doesn't have a camera. A camera would be nice, especially being that it's a blind van, i.e. there's no rear window. Plenty of cubby holes all over the place in the dashboard. It took me a while to find the cup holders. They're actually just over there on the right hand side. They're in either corner, see there. Don't know whether they'd be sufficient now for the large bottle of water or whatever like that. There's builder would have or whatever. But you know what? This is a delivery van, folks, and yeah, you know what? I can see this van having remnants of breakfast roll and ketchup and all that smeared all over the place, and a dashboard full of delivery dockets. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of it does definitely tick that box. The dashboard seems like it would take a beating, but it feels crap, you know. I mean, it's just real nasty plastic and everything like that. That infotainment system sucks. It really does. I mean, as I said, the only saving grace is the speakers are decent enough in it. I haven't even tried connecting a USB cable to get the Android Auto. Android Auto, it is what it is, you know. Look, but it's the Bluetooth implementation is what people will really be using. I'm listening to Spotify on it, and you know, the likes of Alt J and Django, that sort of stuff, and it's it's grand, you know. I mean, it sounds reasonable. Would I want to spend 8 hours a day in this van? Hell no, I would not. But that's just me, and that's my opinion on it. The jury's out for other people. Would you live with this van? Well, I suppose, look, there are worse vehicles out there on the road, and it does tick a lot of boxes. There's plenty of load space in the back. It is a big van. I mean, there's plenty of room in it. As a delivery van, it would be good, you know. The twin sliding doors and the kind of the split rear door and everything like that as well. Very, very useful stuff. And you know, for the likes of a painter or whatever, you know, I mean, small pieces of furniture or whatever, I'm using it for home removals at the moment, and it is doing the job absolutely fine for what I wanted to do. It's, you know, look, it's fine. It's not amazing, you know. This is not the van that the executive of the company is going to go out and buy. This is the van that the executive is going to buy 5 of for his employees and let them scoot around in that, and he can go out and get a Volkswagen Transporter or a Mercedes Vito or something like that, you know, something that is a little bit more car-like to drive, I suppose, because it kind of does, it keeps its hand on your shoulder and just sort of reminds you, you're driving a van, you know, you're driving one that's probably not all that expensive. You know what? As I said, it's fine. This bloody driver's seat though would do my head in. It is so uncomfortable. I just can't. I'm fidgeting the whole time trying to get comfortable in it. And if you're wearing a jacket or whatever, which is entirely possible if you're stopping and starting all the time, it's really bloody uncomfortable. And especially if you have some lad, 2 big burly scaffolders sitting beside you or something like that, this cab could get fairly cramped fairly quick. One of the lads would end up with his knees on top of the gear shift and everything as well, and he'd be reaching down beside a sweaty arse to touch the handbrake and everything. Not the nicest thing in the world. But yeah, it's kind of stuck down in between the passenger seat. A dashboard mounted handbrake would have been a nice idea there, but they don't have it, so you're kind of reaching down in between the seats, probably where you stick your hand in a half-eaten chicken fillet roll or something like that. And I've driven enough vans to know what this is like, folks. I really have. So yeah, there was one chap I used to work with who he was always eating chicken fillet rolls with grated cheese. Yes, Jay, it was you. Bloody grated cheese all over the stupid work van, and it was hateful. And then you'd look underneath the seat, you'd be looking for something like a cable or something like that, and it'd be, oh god, disgusting. And then the fucking smell in the van would be disgusting. And you know what? Driving this van is really reminding me of being in that situation, you know, and it's compounded by the fact that I can just visualise this dashboard having the delivery dockets strewn all over it, and you know, blocking the demisting vents and everything like that, and the windscreen been half fogged up the whole time, and you know, yeah, that's how these vans spend their lives, you know. And this would be no different than, you know, the likes of your Ford Transits or all of those type of things as well out on the road. Exactly the same story. Look, as I said, if it was a comfortable driver's seat and everything like that, and the road handling was a bit better, and the Android Auto was a bit better, then, or the infotainment system was a bit better, you know, I'd be marking this an awful lot higher. The engine is a bit lacking, and it's a bit lackluster as well. As I said, you know, it'll get you out of trouble, but it won't set the world on fire. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a huge load in the back of it now, but look, as I said, it's fine. It would tick a lot of boxes, but not necessarily for me. But there again, I think I'd probably spend the extra few quid and go for the Volkswagen Transporter. Not the T7 though, because Volkswagen, what the hell were you thinking? Pairing up with Ford and building it on the Transit Custom platform. You're supposed to be setting yourselves apart. That was the biggest clangor I've ever heard in my life. Don't get it. Just don't get it. I mean, it's the Volkswagen Transporter is the van people want to be car-like. They don't want to be driving a Ford Transit. You go buy a Ford Transit if you want a Ford Transit. Anyway, right, that's just a rant about a different van. You know, one thing I will say about this van is that as a rental van, it's a very good van because it's very easy to drive. You won't stall it that easy. The brakes are very good. I mean, they're, to be honest with you, a little bit too sharp if I'm being honest, but they'll pull you up quick enough, and as I said, visibility is very good in it and that too. So if for somebody who's not used to driving a van, definitely would be a good kind of it'd be a good bet in that regard. Another thing I like is the fact that it's got proper knobs and buttons for the climate control and HVAC, because I hate all this touchscreen bollocksology in modern cars. These things, on the other hand, although it has cruise control, which is a nice touch, I haven't even tried it, I'm sure it works fine. It has cruise control. These controls are cat. They're bloody awful. You have the volume there and the twiddly knob there and everything as well. Yeah, just feels horrible, and is not even slightly intuitive. I would have preferred buttons on the steering wheel as well, but I suppose that dispenses for the need for a clock spring, because they can give trouble of their own accord. Jesus Christ, whatever you do, don't leave your foot there when you close the fucking door. What a stupid design that is. Bloody hell. I just got into the van and went to close the door. My foot was there. Christ almighty, that was sore. That is really stupid. This van is making me feel like if I'm a proper delivery driver now, I need to start talking like a Dublin delivery driver. How are you, my old flower? You up my over? Come on out without you. Get me out of this bleeding thing.